Hey, what's going on, everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back today with another cryptocurrency video. Today's daily crypto update is sponsored by Bravo. It is an app to send and receive anonymous payments with the power of the blockchain. Now, you can already join the whitelist for their ICO by entering your email on their website, which I will be leaving a link to at the top of this video's description. You can also earn rewards by following them on their social media platforms, so make sure to check that out at the bottom of their website's page. We can see that the market is now consolidating and could actually be preparing for a pretty big breakout higher. That's something I'm going to talk about in more detail during our technical analysis. But if we're able to get above 6,500 here within the next few days for Bitcoin, that really could lead to a big move. We'll still have to see if that's possible, and like I said, I'm going to talk about it in more detail in just a second here. But overall, over the past 24 hours, we have been relatively flat, except for some cryptos. One of the exceptions is ZRX, which actually is now available for trading on Coinbase, as you can see by this Reddit post over here. So pretty big news. It's the first ERC20 to get added to Coinbase, and for that reason, it's going up significantly, right? Over 30% in the past 24 hours. So big move, almost at $1 here. Once it gets above $1, you know, that's a big round number. Could go much higher from there, and just climb higher into that $1 range and beyond. So very interesting cryptocurrency, one to definitely keep an eye out for. Now, as far as other news, not that much going on. Like I said, a lot of it has to do with the market taking a bit of a breather right now and just setting up for that next move. Now, if you haven't seen my earlier video today, I did indeed bring back my technical analysis master course online after a lot of demand. So make sure to check that out. I'll leave a link at the top of this video's description. And it comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee if you're not satisfied. So there's really no risk in trying it out. And make sure to use the discount code YT20 at checkout to get $20 off. So like I said, there'll be a link to this course in the description of this video. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the technical analysis. So starting off with Bitcoin, we can see that indicators not doing that much for now, but the price got a big increase just 2 days ago. And we actually, you know, faced resistance at $6,800. We pulled back from there. Now we're right below our previous uptrend line and below our $6,500 resistance levels. So if we're able to get back above those two levels, that's going to be huge, right? It'll really open up a path for you know, hopefully a move up to $7,000 again. What we're going to want to see is a move pretty quickly, though, because the longer it takes, the harder it'll make it to get back above this uptrend line more quickly. So that's what we need to keep an eye out for. Hopefully we'll be able to get a move above those levels within the next week. If not, could expect some consolidation. As for a move lower again, that would be signaled by any move below $6,400. So those are the levels to keep an eye on for Bitcoin specifically. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum is pretty range bound right now between $180 and $220. The good thing with this is it puts a bit of a base in and stabilizes the cryptocurrency. So right now there's no reason for immediate concern, I'd say. And any move above $220 would definitely be a bullish signal, in my opinion. Now let's take a look at Litecoin next, see what's going on. So for Litecoin, it is struggling to get back above $53, although we are right below that. So it's very likely, and you know, it's at least possible that in the next few days we're able to get a move above that. If not, we could start to see Litecoin push lower, and I'd say as soon as we get below $50, it really opens up for a move lower down to $46. So do have to watch out for that for Litecoin specifically. And you know, it can be a situation where some of the altcoins drop, Bitcoin does well, or vice versa. You never know. You just have to just look at what the general market is doing and then go chart by chart. So for Ripple, Ripple is currently consolidating between 40 cents and 50 cents. I think that's pretty good considering that Ripple did get a pretty harsh drop. So right now it's basically just stabilizing in this area. Probably going to go on for at least another week. Let's go ahead and take a look. And one thing that I did want to mention is when we're consolidating like this, it's really building up pressure right now. Of course, that pressure could be released by a move lower, but it could also definitely be released by a big move towards the upside. So consolidation does tend to build up that necessary pressure to then really spark a big move. Now for Nano, we can see that we were able to get nice support off 2,700 Satoshis, 27,000 Satoshis, and our resistance is at 36,000 Satoshis. So right now, very flat on the indicators, not really doing much. That's probably going to be seen on the price for a bit longer as well here. Let's go ahead and take a look at NEO. And going over to the Bitrix chart, we can see that NEO is right above $16, so it got back above its support level. That's a good sign. Still very flat on the indicators. It's been consolidating for a long time now between $16 and $20. Unfortunately, that's probably going to continue a bit longer, and then hopefully we'll start to see some momentum towards the upside. One thing to pay attention to, which is interesting, is we did get many huge green volume. So in the past few weeks, this is just something to pay attention to. Could be a sign that we'll get an even bigger move, but definitely worth noticing. Let's go ahead and take a look at Stellar Lumens next and see what's happening. So we're going to go over to the Binance chart here. And Stellar Lumens is right now also range bound in its symmetrical triangle formation. The end of that is actually a bit lower than where it's currently sitting at 3,300 Satoshis, which means that we could technically drop lower if that's where we're heading next, which is, somewhat likely. But we could definitely get a move out of the symmetrical triangle earlier than expected towards the upside if we're able to get out of this downtrend line. Now, regardless, I think that what a lot of the market is showing right now is probably going to be somewhat flat over the next week, 2 weeks or so, but our potential for a move lower is pretty minimal, right? I think any move lower would be pretty tame and, not disastrous. A lot of these cryptocurrencies are remaining above their support levels, which is pretty key. And, if we're able to get above some of these resistance levels, that could definitely open up the door for a move higher. But in the immediate short term, probably going to get a bit more consolidation. Let's go ahead and take a look at our next cryptocurrency, which is going to be EOS, and take a look at what's happening. So for EOS, we can see that we're reaching the end of our triangle at 8,000 Satoshis soon. Very flat on the indicators, very flat on the price, right above 8,000 Satoshis. So here I just say we have to wait until we reach this level, see if we break out higher or lower. This is actually an interesting one. I want to maybe pay attention to indicate what the market is going to do next, because it's going to be reaching, a breaking point either towards the upside or downside very shortly here in just a few more days. Let's go ahead and take a look at our next crypto, which is going to be Lisk, and see what's going on. Going over to the Bitrix chart, Lisk is trying to get back above that $3.07 support level. Could still drop a bit lower again down to $2.52. It looks like we may have avoided a disaster by dropping below that, and that did actually open up the door to start a bit of an uptrend. So this is interesting here. Could definitely carry us above, nicely above $3 and maybe start pushing $3.51 again. So I like the fact that we made a higher low and that we actually saw that on a couple other cryptocurrency charts. And as long as this remains, we do have a bit of an uptrend going on here. So that's definitely nice and something that we haven't had in a while. Let's go ahead and take a look at our next cryptocurrency, which is going to be, let's see, Cardno. Now, Cardano has been a crypto that's kind of all over the place. It had a big drop down to 1,000 Satoshis, then recovered back above its support level. Right now, we're in between those two things. And what that means is pretty clear for, the next signals that we're going to be looking for, right? Any move above 1,254 Satoshis is going to be bullish. Any move below 1,000 Satoshis is going to be very bearish. Right now, I'm leaning a little bit more towards the bullish side just because the indicators are holding up nicely. The RSI is actually back above the 40 line, so that's a good sign. Let's go ahead and take a look at IOTA. IOTA is currently consolidating between 46 cents and 56 cents, pretty much in the middle of this range right now. Not really doing all that much. So like a lot of other altcoins and cryptos, just going to have to wait for, a more clear signal. We do have a higher low compared to the previous one back here, so that's a good sign if it holds. However, we never actually came and tested 33 cents. It is always a possibility, but for now, it is avoided. With that being said, thanks for watching. Make sure to check out my technical analysis master course, which is now back online. Like I said, there'll be a link to that in the description of this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.